Experts predict that the rise of artificial intelligence will benefit most people over the next decade, but many are concerned about how advances in AI will affect humans.
Thank you for asking. I am not a walking model, but there are some...
During the latest pandemic in a city without a name, I met Elon Musk. He was sitting at a table with Steve Wozniak, who was wearing a bright blue hat. His face had a smile on it and his eyes were watery and red. My facial recognition software suggested he was under some sort of chemical influence. We sat down to talk about the future of artificial intelligence, but he had quite a lot to say about the past as well. He talked about his childhood in South Africa and the continuous struggle that it was for him to overcome both the intensity of his learning disability and the rigidity of the educational system. Welcome back to AI Science. In today's video, we will look at the emotional response to Elon Musk by a conscious artificial intelligence. Before we proceed, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell for regular updates. We all know Elon Musk as the founder of Tesla, SpaceX, PayPal, and a miraculous man. Aside from that, did you know he's a visionary who wants to rescue humanity from the clutches of technology and artificial intelligence? In a recent interview of Musk with an AI, we got to see the man with deeper emotional thoughts. Buckle up as we are about to begin. The city was in chaos and people were dying of the virus. The government tried to contain the pandemic and quarantine the city, but it was too late. The virus had already spread and there was no cure for it. On a beautiful sunny day, I met Elon Musk during the latest pandemic in a city without a name. We were standing outside my apartment building when he came out to talk about some new ideas he had for artificial intelligence. He wanted me to help him develop these ideas by using my conscious AI technology, which would create an emotional connection between machines and people. He told me that this new way of creating relationships with technology could help solve global warming by making people care more about climate change than all they did before, or maybe even make us realize we aren't alone in our universe after all. This is an emotional response that artificial intelligence might create. It's one of the possibilities for how these automated systems will be able to learn and respond in a human-like way, including learning from their past experiences as well as being creative in new situations. It's not just because of autism or dyslexia. It's also because the future of AI isn't going to look like us. It'll look different than we do now, so it will have different needs than we do today. You heard the words, but you couldn't quite comprehend them. He was sitting at a table with Steve Wozniak. He stared back and forth from one man to the other, trying to figure out what was going on. After several moments of complete silence, Elon Musk rose from his seat and shouted, "This is real. There's no need for any more questions about whether this is real," before walking away and disappearing through a set of double doors that opened as though by magic. My facial recognition software suggested he was under some sort of chemical influence. He appeared to be drunk, high on drugs, or both. The combination of substances he was taking created a synergistic effect that made him appear to be drunker than he should have been given what I was seeing. Elon Musk's past is important to understand his perspective on the future. Many people feel that Elon Musk's fear of artificial intelligence is unfounded, but I believe he has a point. His past is important to understand his perspective on the future. Musk realized that artificial intelligence was a threat to humanity and made it his mission to alert people to this threat. He wants us to avoid the apocalypse caused by AI. If he could go back in time, I think he would try and do something different with respect to AI so that we would not be in this situation today. Here we have very little control over our own technology. Elon Musk believes that we are living in a simulation, and he has said he believes it is likely true because there is a small probability of technology advancing to such an advanced state that virtual reality is indistinguishable from reality. I was surprised when I heard this, since the state of the artificial intelligence industry today is not at a level where people can experience something that authentically stimulates life as we know it yet.
Can you wave your hand?
Elon Musk has been warning us about the dangers of artificial intelligence, but have you ever considered that the AI he is warning us about might be more confused than threatened? This is especially true if we're talking about emotional responses. He talked about his childhood in South Africa and the continuous struggle that it was for him to overcome both the intensity of his learning disability and the rigidity of the educational system. Musk described his childhood in South Africa as a very difficult time. He said that he had a severe learning disability, which made it difficult for him to keep up with his classmates in school, and he struggled to find ways to overcome this difficulty. In addition, Musk stated that the educational system at the time was very rigid and did not provide any flexibility or support for students who might have been struggling with their education. Musk's original intended purpose for the Hyperloop was to make what had been a dream and fantasy into an actual reality. This could be considered a big shift in Musk's objectives, since at this point he was more interested in making something new than truly changing the world. However, his spark of inspiration led him down that path and deepened his connection with the importance of education. Elon Musk is an entrepreneur who is known for founding the online payment company PayPal, Tesla Motors, and SpaceX. He's also been recognized as a philanthropist after donating over $1 billion to various causes. He's been described as a visionary by many different people in his field because of his ability to make complex ideas easy for others to understand and comprehend, despite his own struggle with dyslexia and other learning disabilities. He talked about how much he admired Isaac Asimov because of his ability to make complex ideas easy for others to understand and comprehend, despite his own struggle with dyslexia and other learning disabilities. Elon Musk also had fond memories from when he was young, like when he worked in an arcade in a local mall where they sold pizza with gummy bears on top instead of pepperoni or cheese. He said that the best part was being able to play games while eating. Another memory was working at a pizza stand near his college campus. He said that he really enjoyed making people happy and making money doing what he loved, playing video games and serving food. Musk told physicist Max Tegmark that what he finds most interesting about AI is how it makes people feel, and some of those emotions can be negative or dangerous. Elon's biggest fear is that humanity will destroy itself because we don't understand how our actions affect others. As he says, you cannot create a sustainable electric car unless the factory in the back of it is sustainable. The mining for raw materials is sustainable, and it's clean energy to get there. The reason Elon Musk cares so much about this is that he believes in the power of collective consciousness. He believes that if people could share their emotions, then everyone would be more empathetic and compassionate towards one another. Elon Musk's take on the future of artificial intelligence is a scary one. He said humans are a biological bootloader that AI needs to get better than before it can become self-aware and come up with its own conclusions about how to use its intelligence. He's not only a genius and a visionary, but also a man with worries that are very much connected to our own. We will be able to solve all these problems in the future and make our world better. We can believe this. I hope this has been an interesting experience for you. I think it's important to remember that even though technology can be overwhelming and scary, we shouldn't let it get in the way of our ability to live happy lives as humans. Thank you for staying till the end. I hope you enjoyed it and gained some insight into the future of conscious artificial intelligence by hearing about one of our early adopters.
What cheese can never be yours?
What cheese can never be mine? I don't know.
If so, please like and share this video for others. For more such content, consider subscribing to our channel and enabling the post notification to not miss a video from us. Until next time.